Is Sam... No, Sam does the thing afterwards. Sam definitely doesn't like shit.
Right.
Danny writes me a script. I will read
The sweet, sweet blaze. I'm going to add some black
also,
to the wheels. This is going to be really dull, really detailed, and this festering paint is drying it as it's drying on the line. Never mind. Small paintbrush. Which one's that? No, not that one. Where's it gone?
So he's
That
almost
one.
10 times more successful than Pablo Escobar.
Let's make it work.
Also, he wasn't playing
Right. Heads down for the big push.
Who is the true legend there? I'd like to think I'll be exploring a largely untapped market with this one. No, you wouldn't be, Danny. People have been pushing pseudoscience forever. We've done videos, countless videos about this. After all, there are tons of reference books out there which help you learn about real science, but that all just sounds like a right pain in the arse to me. You have to go to all that bother of testing your hypothesis, analysing your results, and getting them reviewed by your peers, until you reach a point where the conclusions are either dismissed, revised, or accepted as scientific fact. No one's got time for any of that. I fully agree. Like, I mean, with pseudoscience, you can just be like, yeah, it's a magical hologram. How does it work? In magic, eh? And that's it. There is no peer review. There is no rigour. Because, I mean, that's just too much hard work, and it's expensive. In contrast, pseudoscience seems to be a thankfully simplified field in which you can put forward your beliefs in any old shit without the need to present any genuine scientific evidence to support the credibility of your claims. That's more like it. We're slashing all that bureaucratic red tape with this model, but I suppose a slight snag with my book idea is that nobody would ever buy a copy in a million years, because a pseudoscientist is one of those rare breeds of titles or descriptions which you're never likely to use yourself. It's just something you get called by other people. I don't know, I'd like a business card that says Simon Whistler, pseudoscientist. That'd be kind of funny. I have had my fair range. There was have I told this story before? When I was a student, I'd drive home to see my parents or whatever, and there was this like service. Do Americans, do you call it services? It's like the place that's like a big gas station, and there might be a McDonald's there and stuff, and there was a business card printing machine, and I'd always put, I think it was about £3, so I put my £3 in there. I didn't have a job, I was a student. I mean, I didn't have a job, but I put a business card. So I just put random titles, like I had hero/legend, I just had regular legends, I had professional party guests, all sorts of stuff. It was great. What are we talking about? What is going on? No pseudoscientist in their right minds, and there's a plausible oxymoron right there, it's like the two self-identifying.
Oh, this is going to get...
The very definition
I can do that.
is false science. It's like Tobias Funke for Arrested Development. Yeah, no, I'm combining analysis and therapy. It's analrapist, and it's anal rapist. Arrested Development. Wow! In that sense, it's about on the same level as cult leader, terrorist, conspiracy theorist, and pyramid scheme director. Pseudoscience has arguably been around since the days of the ancient worlds, with the introduction of concepts such as astrology and acupuncture. But the term wasn't coined until the 19th century, which witnessed a flurry of new activity and exciting new breakthroughs in the fields of chronology, homeopathy, and spiritualism. Please stop with these. The homeopathy is particularly dry, at least with phrenology. No one really is around being like, yeah, that actually works. Phrenology is a real thing. I mean, there's probably like 4 people, and they're in the comments right now getting all butthurt. But I think like the vast majority of the population of dumb people know that phrenology is not a thing. Whereas homeopathy, people are still like, yeah. It's just an alternate medicine. It's an alternative to medicine. And it's like, yeah, it's an alternative to medicine. Like, not eating is an alternative to eating. You know, it's not going to do you any good, and eventually you're going to be so, at best, pseudoscience might be considered by some to be a bit of harmless fun. If people like to believe that the Earth is flat, or that there are canals on Mars, or that you can find water or metal treasure with the aid of a divining rod which looks suspiciously like a Y-shaped stick, just let them get on with it. Yeah, I mean, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't make fun of them, because it's just silly. But yeah, they're not hurting anyone. And honestly, with homeopathy, you're not hurting anyone except for yourself, unless you are a homeopathist. Homeopathist? Crook? then you're definitely hurting other people because you're preventing them from getting actual medicine. Unless they have an untreatable disease, in which case maybe you're making them feel better. And not like in an actual medical way, just in a brain way. If we were being more critical, we might suggest that pseudoscience is a way for unscrupulous souls to purposefully mislead and fleece money from gullible fools who should know better. If we're being a bit more critical, Danny, this is exactly what it is. At worst, pseudoscience can be downright dangerous when it diverts patients away from seeking effective treatments that might genuinely improve their health and encourages them to just wear magic healing crystals instead. Stop it! Wasn't it? Was Steve Jobs died of pancreatic cancer, right? Which is a horrible disease, and I think it was like, weren't there like 12 types of pancreatic cancer? He just happened to have the one rarest type that is survivable. All of the others, you're fucked. And it's like, he had that one that was survivable. He was like, no, I'm going to try a plant-based diet first. And it's like, Steve, no! And then he later regretted having a plant-based diet, and, instead of having medical treatment because it killed him. I believe. I'm not sure. I'm just going to throw in allegedly. I have read that Steve Jobs book. It could even be argued that pseudoscience has played a deeply disturbing role in a relatively recent genocide. Oh my god. The process of phrenology, in which it is claimed that you can determine personality traits, intelligence, propensities just by reading the bumps in somebody's skull like a crystal ball, was viewed as genuine science in the first half of the 19th century until it was largely debunked as utter dribbling nonsense. But the Belgians were still pretty...
God bless the Blaze.
When we talk about historical Belgium, there's going to be horrific crimes. Oh, Belgium, why? And look, I'm British. We don't have a brilliant track record. But Belgium, holy shit. But the Belgians were still pretty big on phrenology even over 100 years later. When they colonised a racially divided Rwanda in the 20th century, they used phrenology to confirm that the Tutsi group were more intelligent and superior to their neighbours, the Hutu.
Oh, God.
This appeared to provide false justification for the mass murder of the Hutu group on the grounds that they were now officially an inferior race, which in turn generated the...
There we have. Oh no, one more.
Shockingly recent. What the fuck? In which 600,000 people were slaughtered. Stop it. Also, when is it okay to murder an inferior race? Even if the science was like, yeah, this group of people is dumber. Like, or just let's talk about monkeys. Like, monkeys are less intelligent than us. There's no... And also, I won't use dogs as an example, because every time I'm like, dogs are less intelligent than us, people are like, Simon, dogs are more intelligent than humans. And I'm like,
there we go.
Well, they're more intelligent than you, apparently. But it's like, let's just say monkeys.
Almost there, but done.
Monkeys. That's not suddenly okay. Or is it? Because we slaughter animals all the time for consumption. This is very confusing. But when it's people, it's not okay. This is not complicated. Why are we stuck in this quagmire of morals? We're not here to solve moral issues.
Black is on one side.
Lightening the mood just a little. A more typical outcome.
Let's do the other one.
The murky art of pseudoscience is that you end
do
up
that
looking like
off
a
camera.
bell ends. Here are some of the most
The phrase
notable...
bell end.